Thy Mule here. Just paying the water bill. Ooh, I was trying to push one out there. We're at Lakeside Marblehead. Solo dolo once again. Beautiful day. Let me finish up here and we will start this mission. Very calm and beautiful out here today. About 63, 65 degrees. Should peak out. Bluebird. Very calm. No wind. So when you're coming out to fish Lake Erie, first thing you always want to look for, especially in a smaller boat like ours, is the wind. If the wind is blowing in south, when you have to put it on the main lake, you know there's going to be some waves coming in this way. That's directly north to Canada. Right, it says 5 to 8. Looks like there's nothing right there. You can see Kelly's Island out there. So no wind. I have to go out on the main water to get into our first marina and then go out again to get in the channel to go to East Harbor State Park. So again, in a small boat like ours, any kind of wind is the biggest factor towards safety and accessibility. Today looks perfect, and let's get out there. So you can see Middle Bass, South Bass, Kelly's Island. Picture perfect day so far, so hopefully the fishing holds up. Ton of walleye boats, perch boats, all that. They've been hitting hard. This is the best year we've had in 30 years. Well, this is the first time I've ever seen this in person. I didn't get the actual footage, but that's a $100,000 30-some foot boat, and it fell off the trailer. So that boat is beached on the ramp. I feel really bad, but I guess in conjunction with my last video, got to be smart, got to be safe. I'm assuming they didn't strap it on the bow hook, and when they went to pull forward, she's beached. I don't know how you resolve that. Somehow they're gonna have to get it back in the water. That hull is gonna be very damaged, I'm assuming. Yeah, okay, well, that sucks. Yeah, he's beached up real good, that sucks. Now you got this guy over here too having trouble cranking her on. I don't know what's going on. So you got a 3-lane ramp that's down to nothing right now. So, awesome. Great timing. Well, we're out here. I'm on the open water right now, just letting the motor warm up, doing a little running around. I'm gonna head into the East Harbor and see what's good. I'm gonna run for a little bit though, out in the main lake. So, all right, wish me luck. All right, well, we're here at spot number 1. Well, one of my favorite spots on earth to fish. As you saw in last week's edit, Minn Kota is still down. No big deal here, you know, it blows, but this may be the last time I take her out for the year. Was throwing my little shad blade, not getting any bites. So I threw on. It has been very cold as of the past 2 weeks. It's October 19th. Was in St. Louis last week, fished the Missouri and the Mississippi, both still very flooded. We've been getting frost every night now, so it's been getting down in the high 30s. Cold front moved in. I don't know what kind of luck I will have today. A couple other boats I talked to, one guy had 2 and the other boat had 2. So it's not going to be a numbers day for sure. I'm going to move up to the channel up here, fish the rock wall, and see if I can get anything coming or going. It's only about 2 o'clock, so we still got 4 or 5 hours, and go from there. So I might have to take a dump here in a little bit, so we'll see. Never videoed myself taking a dump off the boat before. Well, nature calls. I didn't feel like pooping in the lake, so we're gonna go poop over here. This is the best view I've ever had while pooping. Feels a lot better. It's better than pooping in the water. I feel bad, but it's on this little peninsula, and whatever poop is poop. You gotta go, you gotta go. What am I supposed to find a Starbucks on the water somewhere and go dump there? Captain Thy here. It's about 4 o'clock. I've been out here about a little over 3.5 hours. Frustrated, very frustrated. Seems with this boat, the luck is never-endingly not good. Not good. So let me give you a brief rundown. I'm done fishing for the day. I'm gonna enjoy myself out here for a little bit longer and then head back to the ramp. It's getting cold out too. Lost a really nice fish. So I'm at least glad there was some action. 3 hours of fishing, I only got one bite, and then I lost that guy. That's no big deal. So this boat, the boat itself is a 92 17-foot smoker craft. It's got a Yamaha 2-stroke 50-horse jet drive on it, meaning there's no prop. It's like a jet ski motor, which is beautiful for what I like to do, the rivers, shallow water. You know, you could be going full bore in 6 inches of water, and you're planing without the prop on there, so you can, you know, move right through treacherous stuff, where if you had a prop, you know, you'd be breaking off your prop every 10 seconds. So again, the boat is a 92. It's old, you know, almost 30 years old. I bought it from Uncle Albert. I haven't talked to him in a while. I have to give him a call.
Delicious.
What's your name again, Albert?
Yeah.
Son of Pasquale?
That's it.
Father of Dominic and Antonio?
You got it.
Oh, shit.
Bought it from Uncle Albert. As soon as I bought the boat, I knew there were issues with it. There's 4 or 5 patch jobs up in the hull, 3 on the stern, and then 1 right underneath the stern. One of those patch jobs has been giving me fits. 2 of them have busted back open. So my JB weld skills and everything else I've tried, besides actually getting somebody to weld it, have failed. The boat has been taking on water since the day that I bought it. You know, I've done a couple patch jobs, like I said, myself. They would help and they would bust. Whoever welded the boat, when the previous owner owned it, whoever welded the boat did a horrible job, and they just bust off left and right. I haven't hit any rocks or anything like that. I guess just the slamming and the use. So the boat's been taking on water. I knew the motor would have needed work when I bought it. I've owned it about 4 or 5 years now, 3 to 4 for sure. I can look at the YouTube channel date, and I'll screenshot the edit of the weekend that I bought it right here. Knew the motor needed work. It is an older 2-stroke. Within 6 months of use of myself owning it, and I was, you know, using it as much, if not a little bit more than the previous owner was using it. The motor completely died on me. Turns out one of the cylinders was completely shattered. The cylinder itself was shattered, and then the piston was broken. 2 of the 3, whatever, were destroyed completely. The impeller, which is the intake, over time they wear out. That was completely shot. The top end was ready to blow. They had to redo a whole top end. So basically the entire motor I had rebuilt top to bottom. And when I mean top to bottom, I mean they replaced the header, they replaced the pistons, they re-fired whatever, reinserted the cylinders. I'm not huge mechanically inclined with that type of stuff. It was a direct inject oil tank, meaning you put your oil in the top of the motor and it drips slowly as you throttle. There's a tab that releases oil. Over time, that is a moving part. When the previous owner would just turn it on and throttle way down for a split second, you know, 100 times, that tab does not keep up with the throttle, meaning, you know, 100 times over, you know, a millisecond, over, you know, years, it scorched the inside of the motor or whatever real bad too. I have visuals and all this written out and all the paperwork. So that was about $3,000 to replace virtually every moving part and hardware on this motor. It is a 92, so it is old stock. They don't make Yamaha 2-strokes like this anymore with a jet. So on top of it costing me an arm and a leg to find all the new old stock parts, you know, the guys that did it specialize in jet drives, actually on the Allegheny. They were very reputable. They did a great job. Weigel Brothers Marina, can't say enough good things about them. They took care of me, but getting all those parts, there's not just a dealer with some of them sitting somewhere. So It took about 3 months for them to get all the parts in and then actually get to working on the motor. The electrical in this boat, if I show you, well, hang on, I will show you. So everything in here is what I have pulled out and just bundled. Power stuff going to nowhere. All this wiring job from the live well and the bilge and the battery cables, all my accessories that are on the panel, a complete and utter disaster. I cleaned it up the best I could, but I have not secured it all. So from day one again, an electrical nightmare. And then same thing underneath here, another electrical nightmare, a very shoddy work. Canada was a big help in getting all that running. You know, we put in all these extra lights and stuff, but I've had severe problems with all my panels and gauges and just nonsense. And then my faceplate up here for the Minn Kota itself, behind this is an actual nightmare as well. We had the Minn Kota running, wires keep coming loose. I could try and show you if I can get up under here. Wiring the Minn Kota up front again. I don't know how well you can see, but getting down underneath, I don't know, I did it based on what I see when you see. Another complete disaster of a wire job. So the Minn Kota is actually down now due to some wiring up in here, which means I have to take off the faceplate, get up underneath, take off the Minn Kota itself, which is going to be a big pain having to a palm's width and unscrew those bolts. What else? The radio that was here, went and bought those marine speakers, put those in. The harness and the wiring for that's completely screwed up. So basically top to bottom, it was a great first boat. I love the boat to death. Carpet, we put down this gray carpet. Used to be completely white. Carpet was completely trashed, so we redid that. The red carpet's really frayed and matted, but it's at least, you know, pleasing to the eye, even though it's pretty gross. Battery compartment, a lot of mold and all kinds of nonsense up in there. A lot of dents, scratches, all that good stuff. Bottom line is, I had the boat, whatever you'll see on however long I owned it at this point when I put the thing in there. I've owned it for a few years, gotten great use out of it, over 100 days. Bottom line is, the Uncle Albert was the second owner. I think he bought it in the title, it said 2001 or 2, so he owned it for about 15 years. Previous owner had owned it for about 10. I'm not pointing the finger at either or, but whoever owned it, or a conjunction of both of them, just completely trashed the boat. Like I said, patch jobs, severe dents in the hull, meaning that they left it up on the shore while the wake was getting it up on the rocks. Carpet, not keeping it covered, not cleaning it after getting mud and stuff in here, not maintaining the radio, not wiring stuff properly. If you go back and watch the edit of when we installed the Minn Kota, we literally had to take out every single wire in this entire boat and figure out what went to where. So bottom line is, I've put a lot of time, and when I say a lot, I mean a ton. I've put a ton of time into this boat, put a ton of money into this boat, break out another 1,000 BOAT, which is to be expected. You got to buy stuff, you got to maintain it, it costs money. I'm just sick of it. Sick of always having to be fixing something when it's such a simple boat. There's not much to it. Always tired of having to look at it knowing that it was beat on and not maintained. And even when I clean it and vacuum it, which I do habitually, you know, clean the hull, vacuum it, clean out the trays, clean out the battery compartment, I'm just tired of having a boat that was abused and not treated well by the previous owner. I knew it, like I said, buying it, that it needed some work and that it wasn't 100%. I've gotten it as close to 100% as I can. I'd say it's, I don't even want to put a number on it. I'm just frustrated. And now it's costing me more time. It's costing me quality fishing, you know, which it has been. I'm to the point now where I'm completely over it. So I've decided, I've already gone and looked. I will be buying a new boat in the spring. 100% will be buying a new boat in the spring. And I'm not going to sit here and say this is the last time I will take this boat out, but I believe it will be the second last time. I'm going to try and get up to the Allegheny one more time, take her out, run her up on the river, fish for the smallmouth, the muskie, the walleye, all that, and finish off my run with this boat in the place that it started. I fished on it for years, 3, 4, 5 years before it became mine. When it was Uncle Albert's, we'd fish on it all the time. I blame Dom DG for a lot of the abuse because he just doesn't care, unfortunately. Just beat the hell out of it, and no one will dispute that. Not throwing stones, it's just reality. Beat the shit out of it. Gonna take it up to the Allegheny, fish it one more time up there, run the gas tank down to a little less than nothing, or a little above nothing. Give her one last good clean top to bottom, and then put her up for sale. Just with the motor alone was about $2,700 plus everything else I've put into it on top of what I paid. I know I'm not going to get all my money back out of it, just like anything. Hoping to get a decent chunk of change, nothing special, but I also, as a human with a good heart, I also feel compassionate for the person that I'm going to be selling it to next. Let's say you buy the boat. Okay, the Minn Kota needs to be rewired, which I'll probably do just so they have a working Minn Kota when they buy it. Minn Kota needs to be rewired. There's holes in the boat that I've patched. The patches keep busting. That'll keep happening. Wire jobs, the cosmetics. So on top of it not going to get me back a lot of the money that I spent due to these problems, whoever takes it from me is going to have problems too immediately, and that's just a reality. Like I said, I feel bad for that, but somebody will buy it. Somebody, hopefully it'll be their first boat, or somebody that just wants to get out and, deal with everything and go from there. But like I said, years in now, I have a good feel on what's going on, know what we're doing, know what to look for, bullet points as far as what you need to pay attention to, what you need to maintain, all that good stuff. And I'm just ready I'm going to spend some money and invest in myself and get a brand new, really nice boat. Maintain it as it should be maintained. I just can't understand the previous owner and then the owner before that. You buy something, whether you pay $3 grand, $5 grand, 20 grand, take care of it. Keep it clean. Maintain the motor. Maintain the electronics. Keep it covered. Clean it out. You should have seen the pile of stuff that I pulled out of here when I cleaned the compartments the first weekend I took it home. Reels, toilet paper, suntan lotion, but not stuff that was just left there for fun. Stuff that was up in the compartment. Nuts, bolts, rusty lures, plastic bags, trash, old food. It just drives me nuts. I'm a little anal, I'm a little OCD, but not to the point where everything needs to be completely spick and span, but just routine maintenance, general stuff that even for whoever owns it, fishing experience and pleasure is going to be tenfold. So just a buzzkill, very big buzzkill. Past couple times I've been out, I hadn't been out for about a month and a half because I've been so busy with the house and all the other stuff. Getting back out to West Branch, the edit you saw, I was just happy to be out. And then slowly towards the end of the day, or slowly throughout the day up until the end of the day, I'm just now noticing all these things that didn't used to necessarily bother me because I dealt with them, and now they bother me because I don't want to deal with them. I saw all these things, from start to the end of the day that I never let bother me because I just ignored them. I was willing to deal with them. And now, second time out here today, been out here almost 4 hours, and an hour of that's just been screwing around trying to keep things going. I'm not going to deal with that stuff anymore. It's just not fair to me, but good learning experience. Ready to get a new boat, excited. Probably wait till February or March, hopefully catch a good sale, and if not, I'm just going to grab one anyway. So at this point, I'm going to finish out today, fish for a little bit longer, head to the ramp about 5 o'clock. There actually is a Cabela's on the way home, so I'm going to stop there, check out some of the boats they have. I'm not saying I'm going to buy one from there, but just to see what's what, and we'll go from there. So I guess last video it was be safe and be smart on the water. No smoky smoke or beer on the boat today. And this one will be take care of your stuff. Simple. Take care of your boat. You spend all this money, even if you don't maintain it, keep it nice. thinking about it now, how I used to be careless and even the boat was beat to shit. You know, I was just happy to be on it, happy to own a boat, and I still am in every sense of the word. I love this boat. I really, really, really love this boat. Letting it go is going to be difficult, but at the same time now, I value what I have. I value my time out here on the water fishing. I value owning a boat. I value being able to be on the water, and I want to make sure that my experience is going to be as optimal as possible. So don't be a savage. Take care of your stuff. Whether you have a banger boat like mine or a brand new $80,000 tracker or whatever, you know, take care of it. Don't let it go to waste. So I'm going to fish a little more than I'm out of here. My lifetime and usage of this boat is coming to a close only because it wasn't maintained before I bought it. Everything I've done, money, time, maintenance, mechanical, cosmetic, everything I've put into it was only to keep it going. And now that it's bogging down my time and experience out here, I'm not going to put up with that. Time is valuable. You can't just go out and fish every single day. So when you go out, if you take care of your stuff, you're going to have a way better time than Minn Kota's down. Patches are breaking on the boat. Having to rebuild the motor, which it's been running fine for 2 years now, but even still, that cost me 2/3 of a summer waiting for that. So keep your stuff running, keep your stuff clean, keep your stuff organized, maintain, keep it good.
See, just like this guy right here. Just pulled the boat out, he's already cleaning it off. Respect.